Hi guys, it's Mary Kathleen Waters here, and long time no see or speak. I hope everyone's doing really well. Just thought I'd pop in just to let you know that I'm not a stranger and that life hasn't really got in the way. It has been a little bit of an interesting turmoil ride that's been happening in the last couple of weeks, but I'm back. I'm here trying to get my camera looking half normal, and I'm really not sure how I'm going with all of that. And what's happening here, I'll just get rid of some of this. Okay, so how is everybody this evening? Hopefully it's not too early on a Tuesday and everyone's not nibbling away with their meals. But I just thought I'd pop in, see how everyone's going. Just let me know how you're faring, what life's been like. Keza, how you going? Thanks for popping in this evening. What's happening with you in your world? Let me know. Okay. Now, I don't know if anyone notices, but I've actually had the house painted and I've got a brand new colour. So it's a lot lighter than it was before and it's a lot fresher. But with all of that, there was a lot of ups and downs and lots of turmoil that actually happened as well. And one of the things that was really interesting is that just the whole dynamics of what actually happened. Hey, Rosie, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Did you get my message earlier? Let me know if you're interested, because that's my girlfriend who is doing the chakra dance, and it's heaps and heaps of fun, and she's doing it down at Port Elliot. So I thought you might like to pop in and say hello. And so working, that's all I do, not much else. Okay, are you enjoying your work? I think that's really important as well, because 90% of our time is actually in the work environment. So it's really important to make sure that you feel comfortable with everything, and making sure that you make the best out of your home, that environment, because we're there more than we're actually at home, unless we're actually in bed. So that's really interesting as well. Like, that's probably another subject that we can talk about. One of the things, fantastic, Keza, I'm glad that you do like your work. It is really important to make sure that we do enjoy what we're doing, and it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the job that we love, because sometimes we do have a job that may not be quite what we want, but we can actually make the most and the best of it, and have create the environment that's around there. Oh, hey Adair, how you doing? Yeah, Adair and I were having a chat a little bit earlier, and I said, do you want to pop on? And she said no, and I said, that's okay. And she said, thanks for understanding, but I still love her. I'm just going solo. Now, Rosie, you've actually had a bit of a career change yourself. So, going from property manager into real estate agent, how are you going with all the transition with that? How's the study going? Are you feeling comfortable with moving forward? Like, what sort of steps are you actually taking in that sort of respect as well? Like, they're the sorts of things, and then changes of energy. And we can talk about changing of energy and the dynamics in relation to all of those sorts of situations. I'd love to know what you actually do for a career as well, Keza. It sounds amazing. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is Spirit actually said to me tonight that someone that's popping in here needs to be exceptionally careful on the road. They didn't let me know who that particular person was, but all I'm saying is that it's so incredibly important in the next number of days. Okay, and usually when I get an inkling like this or an insight from Spirit, it can be between 1 and 7 days. So I really want you guys to be totally mindful of what's actually happening with you and your surrounds and your environment, No touching mobile phones whatsoever. I want you to make sure that you're looking at your blind spot, like turning your head and actually looking before you make an action turn. Also, no drinking in the car, okay, whether it's Coke or coffee, all right, leave that for when you're actually stationary, because it's these things that Spirit's actually saying to me that can actually stop your attention and you actually waylay and something's going to happen. So it's really important to that particular person. You know, I want to keep everyone safe, and that's not just yourself, it's actually the person or people or animal that can also be involved in that incident as well. Okay, so what have we got here? The study is all finished, diploma and agency achieved. Now it's all the compliance documentation to do. And that's tedious, but the thing is that what I love about you is that you're really pedantic, and in an industry that is almost swamped with that, you know, in the real estate industry, to have someone that has ethics, integrity, speaks their truth, really, you know, really wants to make a difference, I think you're going to be really, really successful. So good on you. I'm so proud of you. Okay, and Keza hasn't really had much, hasn't let us know as yet. Now, would anybody like a reading tonight? Oh, that's a pleasure, Rosie. Love you. I only speak the truth. I think you already know that. It is what it is, and you know, sometimes it makes it really hard, especially if Spirit's actually pinching me. Like I was actually walking along to this morning and I wasn't paying attention, and I got this massive pinch by one of my galactic beings, and because I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Hey, you know what? Kez has just popped up there, Adair, that I'm a cleaner but good bosses. Do you know what? It doesn't matter what you do in life. One of the things is that as long as you actually do it well, and as you said, you've got good bosses and good, like, you know, having a great environment, it makes things different. And like with my, I call her, I don't want to, the lady that comes and makes my house spectacular, because that's what she does, is she is rewarding me with such a beautiful, clean home, but I'm being rewarded in other aspects as well, because she actually puts so much love and energy into the work that she does and the pride that she does. We've become really good friends. She, you know, assists me to create a great environment and allows me to be able to do what I'm doing tonight, because obviously working full-time, being a healer, working on Facebook, you know, I have a family business as well. So I actually have 4 jobs that I actually do and try and squeeze it in to a 24-hour period, 7 days a week, because it doesn't stop. And it does. It makes a massive difference. And you know what the benefit as well with being a cleaner is, Keza, is one of the things when this is many, many years ago, when I was actually practicing Buddhism and like shifting up in the different levels in there, one of the things is that part of my training is that I had to go, and it didn't matter where it was. It could have been in the middle of Highmarsh Square, it could have been at David Jones, it could have been at Lamoureux or Pinaroo. My training was that I had to go and clean toilets. And the reason for that is that it actually assists to help ground and be humble and purify karma. Okay, so, you know, it's a really good thing. And sometimes if I have a negative thought or do something not quite right, I actually, even at work, I'll go to the ladies' loo and I'll actually clean a toilet. And, you know, so that's why you're loving it. Like, you're just shifting, you know, excuse the pun, but, you know, a whole heap of shit, and it's actually coming up, and you're being purified on a regular basis, and it's just amazing. So you're not just a cleaner. And you must be a great person to have such great bosses as well. Okay. Now, hi Emma, how you doing? So what I'll do is I'm just going to quickly have a quick read. So we've actually got Keza and Rosie would like reading as well. Emma has linked someone in. Thank you so much for that. And Adair actually said, never just. I loved my cleaners when I had them. Oh, look, it's just amazing. Oh, Julie's here. Oh, how are you doing? Okay, and Peter, I haven't met, we have met once before. I do apologise. Okay, thanks for popping in there, Peter. Okay, let's start from the top and we'll work our way through. Keza, because I've actually already tapped in with you, we're just going to start, and I will let you know it's only a 2 or 3 minute reading. If you want a longer one, if you'd like healings or anything like that, please, contact me, make an appointment, and we can do that. I do a number of different variables. I am a shaman, so I do healings in a number of different variables. So as you can see, I've got my shamanic drums, I do crystal healings, I do psychic surgeries, I do regression as well, and a type of meditation healing where we actually go back and look at what is causing some of the issues as well. So sometimes that surface band-aid is not necessarily what's going to help the healing. It's actually going back and working out what actually happens. Obviously I'm a psychic medium as well, so there's a number of different things, and you get to see my beautiful place when it's all finished and tidy, because of the painter only finished yesterday, so I've now got to get my house back into some sort of order, which is really quite interesting. Okay, Keza. There's a lot of giggling in the background. There's somebody has always had a lot of fun and just loved life, enjoyed life. You're very attracted to being around them and wanting to be around them, and you weren't quite sure as to the reason why. They're sitting right here, just right on your shoulder, and it's really quite interesting the way that they're actually holding their space and holding your space. One of the things is that they're actually telling me, Keza, is be really mindful of your posture and the way that you're actually standing, because getting up and down and the movements that you were doing, they're just saying be really, really careful of your back. They don't want you to hurt your back, or you've been getting little niggles, and someone, and I can be attest to it, that you ignore it, and then all of a sudden it's like bang, something actually happens and you just drop like a lead balloon. So be really mindful of that. They're just saying to me, garden, get out in the garden, start having almost like garden parties and barbecues, and just in like you're saying, like with the cleaning and etc., like you're loving that and enjoying that, just to continue to enjoy life and just bring that vibrancy into your home life, and start and bringing that environment and sharing what you've actually got, because so many people are drawn to you, and it's a time for you now in your life where you can actually step up to the mark, and you can actually start bringing a lot of nurturing and a lot of love and leading by example, and just making life spectacular for everyone that's around you. Like you do it at work, you do it at home, you can now take it to the next level. All right. Rosie, one of the things, is there something wrong with your ear? Like, you know, are you getting an earache, or is there something that's actually not quite right? Have you been having quite a bit of funny feeling? Like, are you starting to feel a little bit dizzy when you stand up, or, you know, a sudden movement and it doesn't feel quite right, and it's all just down the side of your head? It's actually your sinuses that are playing up at the moment. Really have a look at how much fluid you're taking in, because that is going to make a massive difference, so that you can actually start getting the draining happening for you and flowing that through. Someone's been trying to talk to you and you're not paying attention to what's being said. So as much as, like, you know, I know that you're really proud and you're really strong, and I'm seriously proud of who you are and where you've gone to, and, you know, and you've head down, bum up, you've really, you know, gone ahead. And as I said to you, I really think that you're going to be one of the best real estate agents out there, without a doubt. One of the things is that don't forget that there's other sides and other portions that are actually going to be there, because it's an arduous task, and you're going to have to balance between work and home life, okay, and a social life. Because if you drop the ball and start, like, forgetting to give someone a phone call, or, you know, you're too tired, and that often will happen because of the energies. And Spirit's actually saying that we really need to work together, because you know, you're going to be involved with a number of different people inside your house, or in the homes that you will be going into. So working with that energy and moving that around and making sure that the you know, it's safe for you. But don't forget your mates, all right, me included, all right? And I have to admit, we keep promising that we're going to catch up and something happens and it hasn't happened. And I need to stop that as much as you do. And Spirit just told me that. And I actually got a big stab in the back of my shoulder blade, because they're telling me that I practice what I preach. So that's really interesting. Okay. All right, Emma. You have got one really, really busy life, haven't you? Like, it's non-stop. It's on the go consistently. It, you know, you wake up and it's like, oh, the alarm, then you're getting up and it's like go, 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 go. Now, Emma, be really mindful that you need to take some time out, take a deep breath, all right? It's... I don't know why, but tonight it seems to be all about the physical and the emotional side of things that's actually coming in. It's really interesting how, you know, different dynamics in the community come in. I couldn't actually work out why my knee has been absolutely killing me, like all day today, and I'm going, what have I done? Like, if I put my hip out, and it's actually, as soon as I said your name, the pain in my knee disappeared. So one of the things is that when I get pains, etc., and it's like, is it me or is it somebody else? And they actually, like, Spirit will, you know, continue to, until it actually taps into that particular person. If I'm actually going to be doing a reading, if it's someone nearby, and I'm just tapping into that, I just say, is it me? Is it someone else? Thank you very much, and move it on, because it's not my place. As everybody knows, that I do not tap into somebody unless I've been, you know, given permission to do that. So Emma, really look after yourself. And it's actually, your knee is part of the lower part of your back. all right? Lifting is one of your biggest chores that you have at the moment. So please, please be careful. Bend at your knees, all right? They're just saying, you know, be a little bit mindful as well with, you know, making sure that you actually give yourself as many nutrients and your family as many nutrients as possible. Like, you know, keep it on the lighter side of things because your vibration is rising. And if you have things that are too heavy, it can actually make you feel a little bit unwell. And, you know, your digestive system can play a part. So keep an eye out on that, as well as your gastric as well. So if you're starting to get a little bit of gastro or constipation, it's a really good idea to make sure that you're focusing and you work through all your chakras and just see whereabouts it is that it's not balanced. Okay, but at the moment it's your sacral, which is not being balanced and it's quite blocked. So it's a matter of working on that and making sure that you stay strong, because emotionally you need to have the strength to keep moving forward because of the amount of energy that you have to put in on a daily basis. Okay. And how you doing, Julie? It's so nice to see your face. And Sue's here. Sue, how are you? I've been thinking of you. Thank you so much. I know that the Robo's already said hi to you, but like you're just such a joy to see. And when I see your name pop up, it's just amazing. And okay, so Keza says, thanks so much, Mary. And Rosie said, haha, oh dear. And Emma just said exactly right there. Okay. Now, Peter, thank you so much again for popping in. There's something that's going on in your life. Like, are you putting a lot of energy into some, like, I'm not quite sure what it is, but my head wants to explode. Whether it's, are you drinking enough fluid? Are you actually working out too much and being mindful of what you're doing? Because your blood pressure is rising quite dramatically, and I can just feel my whole face starting to go, you know, when you just get so hot, and then your head is just here. It's just feeling like, whoa, what on earth is actually going on? You know, one of the things, Peter, is do not worry about what other people think about you, right? You are who you are. Stay beautiful, stay strong, and continue to be who you are, right? Not everybody is going to say the right thing every single time. Like, and Adair will laugh because she knows, and I'm sure Sue will actually say the same thing, is that I'm forever actually got my foot in my mouth and sometimes it hangs out my bum. So it's okay to make mistakes, all right? Your brain is continuously ticking and continuously moving, and then it's like, just get it out and say it, all right? And that's how you're feeling at the moment. Just take a deep breath and make sure that we're at, you know, you're balancing. I'm not sure if we've actually done any grounding exercises while you've been on, Peter, but that's something that if you would like, we do have one. And if you want to flick a message with your email address, myself or Adair would love to send that to you, which we have as a gift. So that makes, oh look, there's my lovely noggin. So that makes, thanks Adair. Oh dear. So, you know, these little things can make a massive difference. One of the things as well is like Julie was part of a 2-week manifestation challenge that we actually had. And then a couple of things, you know, transpired on that one as well. And I'll explain all of that in our private group, Julie, as to, you know, what actually happened and transpired, and we'll do that as a private section. But that, you know, if you would like that, Peter, as well, like we can actually get that sent to you also, because the manifestation of, you know, I am who I am makes a massive difference, because we are, like, you know, we are evolving on a regular basis all the time, and lots of little things do happen. Okay. And the community is growing, and it's growing quite quickly. There's been a couple of hiccups that I've actually had with my internet and things going, and I'll explain all of that, because I've got to be really careful whereabouts I actually have that sort of conversation. But please, you're very, very welcome to join. All right. Anybody that would like to do that. And then on that, we'll actually start doing a number of different exercises. There's a really beautiful revocation that's actually I have done, and we will be gifting all our members as well. So that's another thing that we'll be looking at. And it's just a little bit of a hiccup with some of the stuff, like, you know, we've been promising, but with me and my internet and having lots of hiccups and issues. And then Adair's actually had the same thing. So it's really quite interesting that our lives are so, like, she's in the north of Australia, I'm in the south, but I suppose that's your north, okay? But yeah, it's parallel, like, you know, renovations, like, you know, something's actually happening, like, and it's just been this whole balancing act. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about, and we'll probably do that on Sunday, is talking about changing of the guard. It's a big conversation, and if anybody would like to join me, and we can have, like, you know, a little bit of a group, and we can talk about, you know, guides and, you know, sort of little things that actually happen while there's a changing of a guard, because some people think that your guide will actually stay with you for the, you know, the whole of your life. That's not necessarily true. They do pop in, pop out, but we'll be talking about that on Sunday. Okay. All right, let me just scroll up. Now, Peter is saying that she has been overwhelmed, so that does make sense. So, as I said, you know, you're very welcome. Just pop into Messenger or whatever if you'd like that, with your email address, and we'd love to do that for you. And Julie said it's good to see you, lovely. Oh, thank you so much. It makes such a difference that you guys are actually in my life, and you make this community. Oh, okay. Have I missed anything? Okay. So you're asking for a reading, but one of the things is that what's really important is that when someone actually asks for a reading, and then all of a sudden that they shut themselves down, and it may be subconsciously, all it does is that it gives me the bare minimum of what is actually happening. Okay, it's almost like a spirit game or a mind game. So if you want to have a a reading, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it has, needs to be with myself, because these are only 2 or 3 minute readings, but anyone that you actually go to, if you shut yourself down, you're only going to get limited. Okay. I don't do, is your boyfriend cheating on me? Am I going to get another job? All these, little surface things. As a shaman and a healer, sometimes what happens and what's actually been channeling for myself may be something a little bit more in depth. And I don't get that if, you wrap yourself up into a piece of bubble wrap or alpha oil or something like that. So I do apologize. If you are interested, I would really like you to sit down, focus, and just, really, bring yourself back into place and ground yourself, all right? Because it can be really dangerous if you do those sorts of things, because that's when accidents actually happen as well, all right? Because we're starting to have ego games. So I'll just leave it at that. Nita. Adair, can you just pop Nita up for me? There's just
Hello, this is Adair. I can hear you. I can't see you. All right, I'll refresh from my end. Please hold, folks. Your call is important to us. We'll just refresh now. Do I have you there, Mary? Okay. So it's Adair here, disembodied voice. I'm going to just let Mary know that she needs to click on the link to jump back in. So bear with us, folks. We won't be long. We won't be long, folks. Just talk amongst yourselves. It's Adair here. We're still here. Don't go anywhere. We have Mary back.
Hey guys, sorry about that. All right, someone was not happy that. Sorry about that, Nita. The energies and so something, as I said, has not been of the best and beneficial for you and for your health and well-being. which is one of the reasons why they actually turned my camera off, because they're saying that they didn't want me to see what was actually going on. Nita, I don't know if you're aware that it's really important to make sure that you actually do cleansing of your house and saging and protecting of yourself, all right? You're getting pushed. Your energy at the moment is like they've attached to your aura and they're just banging and and you're tripping unnecessarily and you're not really quite sure what's going on and you're looking behind you. It's really important that you clear your space. It's up to you. You can do it via saging and doing a number of different techniques like that. I do house clearings and land clearings and also obviously healing as well. But it's something that is really important for you. All right, I really want you to have a look at your space, and I think you'll actually start seeing things. You need to start decluttering. They're hiding behind things that are not necessarily needed to be there. And you need to start looking at what is the best for you, and making sure that you keep your mindset as positive as you possibly can. It can be really hard and difficult, but you need to keep yourself safe, sweetheart. Okay. Get yourself some white sage. At least that would be a massive start. As hopefully you actually heard with Peter, there is grounding exercises. Some of that will actually assist you as well. Pop it into the messages from either to myself, Mary Kathleen Waters, or Adair Palmer, and we'll arrange for that grounding exercise to come to you as well, because I think you need to get on top of it, and all these little things that are actually happening that have been unfortunate circumstances, and it could be from losing your mobile phone and you can't find where it is to actually I think was it you, Julie, that Spirit actually hid your TV remote, and where was it, and we found it under the couch or in the cushions and under the couch. Like little things like that are happening and you're getting really frustrated. So just, be really mindful, sweet. It is important to make sure that you keep yourself safe. Okay. Emma's put here, funny you mentioned nutrients, because I just had a smoothie with spinach, blueberry and bananas. Okay, are you sure? This is a joke, by the way, but are you sure you're not pregnant? Because that's a very bizarre combination. Okay. Okay. No, you haven't missed me, Mary. I don't know if you're back. It has been a long, oh, I like your hair. Pop that back. Let's have a look at this beauty. Oh, how cute. I like it. I like the tonings. And, oh, wow. Look at how much you have grown, Mare, in such a short amount of time. Like your aura and your energy just in that photograph is just incredible. I am super, super proud. That's all I'm going to say. Keep going. Okay. Oh, thanks, Nita. She said, welcome back. Oh, dear. Oh, thanks for dropping the grounding exercise in there. Emma's just she's taken what I was saying with a grain of salt. Definitely, no, definitely not. Definitely single here. We've got some up, and there's here too. Yeah, and Adair's just saying, "Go, cousin." Just since I've met you, Mare, the growth in you has just been, I'm super proud of you. All right, it's all your hard work and effort, and it's these little things that make a huge difference. So really fantastic. Sharon Lumley, yes, I haven't seen you before, Sharon. How are you doing? Wow, you're an old soul, aren't you? Look at those eyes. That's incredible. Whew. Okay. Sharon, I know that you didn't actually ask for a reading, but you actually have been having a number of different dreams of late, and you sort of, they're not quite coming to the surface totally at the moment. What I'd like you to do is actually have a notebook and a pen next to you on your bedside table. Can you please set your alarm 10 minutes earlier before you actually want to get up? And I want you to start it, don't think, just write. All right, things are going to start to bring up, and a couple of your past lives are actually going to come to the fore as well. And you'll find that as you start writing, you will start having better restful sleeps and not waking up so tired. But there's lots of messages that you're getting, and you'll be quite pleasantly surprised. Don't read them once you've finished writing. Get yourself up, get yourself organised for your day and go through. Then you can actually sit down when you get home for 15 minutes and reread, and you can actually use that as a meditation form. Okay, meditation can be in a number of different ways, and you'll find that there's been so many different messages, and it's going to assist you with your growth. All right. Okay. Nita has just popped up. Oh, wow, I will definitely take your advice on with the cleansings. Thank you so much, Mary, for your reading. That's an absolute pleasure, sweetheart. That's a pleasure, Mare. And Julie's just popped in to say that, yes, I did lose my remote for TV for days, and it was under the recliner. That is really funny. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see Kara's name. Let me just scroll up. Oh, there we are. I'm so sorry, Kara. I didn't actually see you there. I do humbly apologise on that. Like, they do pop in. Like, I think we're up to something like 100 and whatever on different posts, so I do apologise. All right. Kara, my heart is absolutely pounding. There's something that you've been wanting to say for such a long time, and you're really not quite sure how to say it. And it's really bringing you down. Sometimes there is no right time to say it, but it's actually going to be for the, you know, the better good for who you are as a person. And, you know, just being able to express yourself. And even if there is a slight rejection, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing as well, like, because we all have challenges and everybody is at a different level, and, you know, we're moving and, you know, our energies can be intertwined at some stages, and then all of a sudden it goes away and then it comes back again. It will happen, the right time, the right place, the right space. All right. Sit down, close your eyes, start meditating, and start looking after yourself. All right. Having that want all the time is not always going to be nurturing for you. So get it out, because it's festering at the moment. You need to make sure that, you know, even if you're not game enough to actually verbalize it, write it down on a piece of paper and just really look at that, and then have, you know, and think, is it the right thing, you know, that's right for you at this moment in time? All right. I'm getting this, oh God. All right. Oh my God. Like, do I have to? does it? No, you don't have to. It's just a suggestion. It's just spirit just turning around and saying, let's take and unburden that beautiful heart of yours, because it'll start blossoming. And what happens is once we actually start blossoming and start expanding ourselves, then you actually draw in the right people. Okay, and that doesn't necessarily have to be romantically, all right? It's good for us to actually, have the most incredible people around us, and we've got the right to have that. We don't have to be in a space that is not right and not purposeful, okay? Okay, scrolling up. Okay. So, Mare, she's still saying the prayer every day. I am too. And it is changing. It's life changing with everything that has been going on. So I am so proud of you. Well done. You're going to be you're not only my number one superstar, just watching and seeing, the growth in you. And as I said, the energy around you is just incredible, and just that expansion of who you are and the being is just amazing. Sharon's just popped in here that she's been having weird dreams about her ex-partner whom she still misses very much. And so that's sort of all starting to make sense a lot. Okay. So get that notebook out, sweetheart. All right. And as Spirit suggested, just making sure that, do that, don't look at it, just write for those first 10 minutes, go on with your day, and then come home and utilize that as a meditation. Okay. I've got Miss Kylie here. Kylie, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Rosie, who I think is online at the moment. I'm hoping, because she lives at Port Elliot, that she might, I've begged her to go and have a bit of fun with you on Sunday. See whether, I don't know if she's working or not because she's in real estate, but I've put it out there for her. And maybe, Kylie, if you want to, you can actually put that link in the Mary Kathleen Waters page, and then see if there's other people that would like to join you on Sunday, because guys, it's amazing. I have so much fun. I don't know how I do chakra dance and what I think is tiny little steps, because I don't want to get in anyone's space, and I end up sort of out on the main road. I don't know how I do it, but I do. It is the end, but the thing is, it's been such a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. It was an impromptu, and I do apologise that I haven't been on for the last couple of Sundays, but it has been a little bit hectic. I will go into a little bit more depth with what has been happening and the responsibility of who I am, and what I'm about on a mortal level, on a spiritual level, and on a healer level. All right. So join in on that. If you would like to be a guest, message me, message Adair Palmer, okay, or message on the Mary Kathleen Waters. Yep, check your messenger inbox, and we can put you all in as a guest, and we can have a little bit of a forum, as well as the people that don't want to have their face, because I respect everybody. And we can actually do something that's a little bit different on Sunday, if that's okay with Adair. If it's not, I'm happy to try and get because actually, if this might be my last one with Adair, I'm not sure. Do the I don't even know what it's called, where Adair's been helping me out, and she's been my little gnome, my little fairy. Producing. Okay, so Kylie, what I'll do is I'll afterwards copy and paste that into the Mary Kathleen Waters page as well, so that people can actually see it, but obviously it's there for anyone that does a replay. Guys, I think I've missed a couple of people, but I would love to see you on Sunday night. So there has been a change. It seems to be a lot more easier for people to not drop everything on a Sunday morning and come in on a Sunday night. And that's been working really well. As I said, I do apologise that I haven't been on the last couple of Sundays, but there are reasons behind it. But, you know, keep going the way that you're going. Like, dudes, it's just been amazing, like the shifts of energy that are happening out there. And it's almost like we're on a surfboard and we're riding those massive waves in Hawaii at the moment. And the energies are super strong and you're doing the best that you can be. And just remember that you are amazing. So keep well, keep safe, and bye for now. You have a great night. See you.